There you go. All right. So as mentioned a while ago, for those who will be able to finish all my classes, so that I will be offering this type of class throughout the academic year for perennial students, and for those completers, meaning they were not absent, not even once during my class sessions, they will get a gift from me. Okay. And the gift will be art materials also. This is to encourage my students to actually get into painting and love painting the way I really do love it. So yon. So let's start with some materials. As mentioned to Draven and his mom, I'm sure Victory is also familiar with this. So we will be using just three colors. It's blue, yellow, and red. For red, I'm actually using this one in a pan. So this is alizarin crimson, this is azo yellow, and this is cobalt blue, whatever yellow, whatever red you have in your palette, definitely you can use all those, because anyway, we will be mixing colors using all those three primaries. Okay. And then of course for the brush, if you have flat brush, yes, you can use that. You can also use any other brush that you have, the one that you are comfortable using. Okay, so maybe if it's your first time to paint, I think I would recommend this round brush. Any size will do. Round brush kasi sila talaga yung pinaka-versatile na brush in my opinion. Okay? And then for the paper, I will be using cellulose paper. This is also a type of watercolor. Although I did mention in my previous classes that I love using cotton, but this cellulose paper kasi is going to be my lesson plan. So, lahat na ili-lesson ko nandito. Tapos, dito ko rin i-paint yung mga ano. So, these are just some of my paintings. But actually, I prefer cotton over this paper. So, in fact, some of my best watercolor paintings were painted on cotton. Okay, so I love cotton because it's really rough and it's really thick. So it can hold so much water without buckling. Okay, so yun yung reason why we need to use special type of paper for watercolor, kasi we don't want the paper to buckle while we are painting on it. Okay, so another type of paper that is suitable for beginners like you guys is this one. So this is a Canson 25% cotton paper. Here, this is acid-free, meaning the color will not degrade over time. This is very cheap. This is only like $199 at National Bookstore, and it's already 25 sheets. So you can also use this. In fact, you can also paint on it without problem. Yan. Medyo magbabaka siya konti because it's a little thin and only made up of 25% cotton. But it doesn't mean that you won't be able to use it for watercolor. Definitely, you can use this also. Ano lang, may technique lang na kailangan kong gawin for this. So, hindi ka pwedeng mag-wet on wet technique dito. Ibig sabihin ng wet on wet, basa yung paper and then basang-basa yung paint mo. So, with that said, let's start. Okay, so today, I actually have 4 parts for our class today. Okay, so the first part is called a bit about color theory, and in the second part we will be creating a color wheel. Okay, and then we will mix colors using our primary colors on the color wheel, and then the next part is mixing neutral colors like gray and brown and black using those primary colors. Okay, and then finally the last part will be about basic brush strokes using your brush. Okay, so because it's important to also know all the shapes that you can make using your brush. Okay, so to start, let's grab any round plate or whatever that you have. Pwede rin yung tape. Yes, absolutely. So I'll teach you how to create your color wheel. So you grab your pencil. You need a pencil for this, and then create a circle. Okay, there you go. So it's not so obvious, but I've already made my circle. And then try to find the center of your circle. Okay, so just put a dot there on the center, and then draw a line passing through that dot. Okay? That's center. Okay? Okay. So, kakapalan ko na lang para makita ninyo ha, kasi mukhang hindi kita sa screen. So, kakapalan ko na lang. Here, para makita nyo yung aking line. Normally, when I sketch, it's so light, you can hardly see it. Pero, since this is a class, okay lang. There. And the next thing that you will do is find the center, yung pinaka-center nung line na yon. Okay? Yung pinaka-center niya. There you go. Yan. So, minark ko lang yung center ng bawat line. And then, what you do is you draw a line through that center. Okay? Just like that. Sige, kapalan ko ulit ha para makita ninyo.
May separate po ba?
Ha?
Screen for para makita namin yung ginagawa niyo.
Ay, hindi nyo nakikita? Hindi nakapin? Okay, sige, sandali I'll try to pin it. Okay, wait. Let me just pin this. Spotlight for everyone. You can see it na?
Yes po.
Can you see it na? So the first thing I did was create a circle, right? And then find the center of that circle. And then yung line na yon, nilagyan ko pa ng set na line here. Ayan. And then I made a line through all those centers. Ganon. Nakita nyo? Makapal siya dito kasi para makita nyo sa screen. But actually, pwedeng very light lang. Okay? And then the next thing you do is, di ba nandito yung circle? Sige, bilugan ko ng maayos para makita nyo rin yung circle. Kasi apparently, my circle is not so obvious on the screen. Sige. Let me just fix that for you guys. Hang on. Yan. So the reason I did this is para din maging medyo equal yung mga pies. Although hindi naman kailangan talaga, but you know, in case lang you want to do that. So ginawa ko na lang na medyo parang okay. So hindi naman siya talaga perfect na magiging perfect yung nyo. Pero yung pinaka-intersection ng line na yon dito, yun yung lalagyan nyo ng linya din. There. So there should be 3 triangles or 3 pies per quadrant. So this is quadrant. Isang ganito. Okay? So I hope you can see that. There. Oops, sorry, mali. Okay, let me erase. Let me fix that. Mali yung aking linya. Wait lang Okay, so si teacher ang nagkamali. Let me fix that. Okay, this should go through the center. There. Tapos ito, dito. There. So there should be three pies within the quadrant. Okay? So hindi siya masyadong center kasi parang ko lang siya. Ginawa ko lang siyang mano-mano na ineyable ko lang. Okay? But there should be 3 pies per quadrant. So a total of 12 pies dapat. So binubura ko lang yung mga construction lines ko para din yung triangles lang ang matitira. So I hope you were able to do that also from your end. So just give me a thumbs up if nagawa nyo yon yung mga pies. Okay. So hindi siya masyadong perfect. So sorry. Pero yon, ang importante is meron kayong 12 pies all in all. Yan. So, okay lang. Okay? So, can I see? Naka-spotlight pa rin naman yung di ba, screen? Para lang makita ko kayo. Okay. Sige. Tapos na? Give me a thumbs up kung done na kayo sa inyong there should be 12. So, ibig sabihin, if this is the quadrant, there should be, hi Eunice, so, habol ka. Basically, ang gumawa lang muna kami ng, okay, hi Eunice, so gumagawa kami ngayon ng color wheel. So, just a circle with 12 pies. Pwede rin siyang mano-mano lang, yung walang mga ruler-ruler. And just eyeball. Binubura ko lang yung mga construction lines. There. Okay, Eunice, pwede kang humabol. Gumagawa lang pa lang kami ng color wheel. So, nasa first part pa lang kami ng ating lesson.
Right. Or you can erase my... Oh! Slime.
Okay. So you need to prepare your watercolors and your brush, your water, and this paper and your pencil. So if you're painting along, kindly prepare those materials. I'm teacher Grass, by the way. Just it doesn't have to be exact, okay? So, ang importante lang is you have 12 total slices ng pie. So, it doesn't matter kung hindi siya ganun ka-center kasi gagamitin lang naman natin siya for coloring lang naman. More important is to be able to color all the pies in our color wheel. Okay. Are you done? Done na? Okay. That's good. How about your victory? Are you done? Okay, no problem. So, Trapen, what you can do is this part here, itong slice na to, you mark it with red dito. Red. Yan, mag-label ka ng red sa part na to. Okay?
And then I can erase that later.
No, you don't need to erase that.
Okay.
It's there to be as your label for that. Because that will mean that your primary red will go in this pie. Okay? And then you count 1, 2, 3. You will put yellow on this triangle. Okay, so This is going to be the pie or the slice for your red. You count 1, 2, 3 slices, and then on the fourth slice, you put in the label yellow. So dito, yellow ilalagay natin.
Okay.
Okay? And then count 1, 2, 3 again of slices, and the fourth slice will be blue. Okay. So there should be 3 slices between your primary colors.
4 slices.
Okay, so here. Should be like this. There. Yan. Just going to remove my eraser residue. Okay. All right. Ready, Victory?
Yes. Oh, Victor.
It's okay.
Which do you want to use? This one?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so you're using no? So do you have a mixing palette, Raven?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So what you can do is you get a small spoon and scoop red, yellow, and blue into your palette. So just the primary colors. If you have a very small plastic spoon, you can use that to get a little bit of the color and put one on each palette. So one palette for blue, one palette for red, and then one palette for yellow. So you can do that while we're waiting for Victory to finish her coloring. And konti lang kasi with watercolor, we will add a lot of water into your colors or into your paint. So you can do the same, Victory. If you have a mixing palette, you can already squeeze your red, yellow, and blue into your palette. And paint mo. So I will do the same with mine. So I have here a palette. This is a ceramic palette, and I will put just a dab of yellow in my palette, and then a dab of cobalt blue in my other web. There. And then I already have red in my half pan here. So there should be 3 colors in my palette. One that's yellow, one that's cobalt blue, and then one that's alizarin crimson. So just basically red, blue, and yellow. Yeah, so it's like this. There. Okay. And then give me a thumbs up once you have put your paints in your palette, because we will start now with color theory. Okay. Okay, so Eunice, can you open your camera or are you shy?
Some more. It's too little.
So that I can also see you?
Yeah.
Hi! Have you finished, Eunice, have you finished preparing your color wheel?
Yeah.
Eunice.
It's okay. This is Raven. It's okay, Raven.
Kala
Okay.
niya siya lang kasing student.
It's okay. How about you, Victoric? Are you done squeezing your colors into your palette? Okay, so Eunice, can you show me your color wheel? Nice. Okay. Sige, perfect. All right. So again, let me just repeat the last part. So you need to choose a slice. So I choose this one, and I will label it red here outside the circle, just to indicate that I will be coloring this one red. And then I count 1, 2, 3 slices, and then the fourth slice will be yellow. And then I count 1, 2, 3 slice, and I put the blue on the fourth slice. Okay, so there should be a total of 12 slices with 3 blank slices in between the primary colors. Okay, so let's start now with color theory. Okay, so there are three concepts that you need to know when it comes to color. The first one is hue. That's H-U-E, hue. Okay, so hue is only another fancy term, just a fancy term for color. Okay, so ibig sabihin yung pure color is a hue. So this is a hue of red, this is a hue of blue, and a hue of yellow. Okay, so the primary colors that we have are primary hues of blue, yellow, and red. Now, there's another thing that we need to know, and that is intensity. Intensity means how dark your hue is or how light it is. So, okay, grab your brush. I'm going to be using a flat brush for this, angled flat brush, but you can use any brush that you have on hand. And I'll wet it with water. Okay, so here I have a jar of water with me, and then I'm wetting my brush. So basically, I'm dipping my brush in my water jar, and then I'm gonna grab red. Okay, this is how I do it. So basically, I just get some of that red into my mixing palette. Okay, so here is my mixing palette. So this is my ceramic palette, and all I have in my mixing palette right now is the red color, or alizarin crimson. And I'm grabbing more. So basically, I have this red here, and there's less water. As you can see, I only got water kanina lang, and then I'm just grabbing my red from my half pan. Okay, so this is very, very, very thick na red. Okay, and then what I'll do, I'll paint this corner of my hair. Dito ko lang siya nilagay. Okay? So, doon lang muna nyo ilalagay. Okay? Very small part lang. I can also grab my red directly from my pan and add more red here using my wet brush. As you can see, that's pure hue of red. Okay? And next, what I will do is I will wet my brush again. So that means my water will be colored red, diba? Because of my red water color. And then I will dab my brush dry, konti lang. And then I will pull the color down. Because my brush is wet, and I'm just using plain water on my brush. As you can see, the intensity of the color change. Diba? Here, the intensity is dark. But towards the edge of my color wheel, naglighten siya. So that is called intensity. Okay? It's basically the measure of how dark or light your color or your hue is. Okay? So let's do the same for the other two primary colors. Okay? Again, I dip my brush in my jar. So I cleaned it. And then make sure that you're cleaning your brush in between switching colors, okay? Para hindi magdumihan yung paints. Next, I will grab, this is my brush and this is already wet and clean with water. So I'm grabbing my yellow straight from my ceramic palette and I'm gonna mix it a bit in this palette. There, this is just water and yellow, okay? And then I'm gonna put it here in this slice where I labeled yellow, okay? So this is pure hue of yellow. There, okay? As you can see, it is so vivid. The color is so dark, diba? And then what I will do, I will wash off the yellow off my brush by dipping it again in my water jar. Here. So yan. Yan. And then I will just slightly unload the brush with water by tapping it at the side of my jar. And then I will pull the color down using my wet brush. And look, oh, the intensity is less because I only used wet brush. Hindi na loaded ng paint yung aking brush. Okay? Ayan. So there's again a change. So hindi nyo masyado nakikita, right, in my monitor. But as you can see here, very light intensity of yellow. Tapos towards here, dark na yung yellow. So again, that's a change in the intensity of my color yellow. Okay? So I will do the same. Okay, I hope you're still following. I will do the same for my blue. I will clean my brush para mawala yung yellow sa brush ko before I grab blue. Okay, so again, I am dipping my brush in my blue and then mixing it in my palette. So right now, I'm using cobalt blue. So konti lang yung water nito, kaya very intense pa yung color here. Dito naman sa slice where I have blue. There. And then I will wash off my brush again. Just like what I did kanina. And then unload some water off my brush. And then using wet brush, I will drag the color towards the edge. So see, there's a change in the intensity of color, okay? If you're not happy with the intensity of your color, you can just load your brush again with paint and then just add more colors. Okay lang din yun. Just like here, medyo masyado yatang konti yung blue ko and then I added more. Okay? And because wet itong slice na to, so the colors are actually moving towards that part of the paper that's wet. But if you notice, the color is not moving on the dry part of the paper. So that's how watercolor works. It only moves when the paper is wet. Okay, it doesn't move around if your paper is dry. Okay, so that's the thing with watercolor. Okay, so I will add more for the yellow para lang makita nyo rin siya, yung intensity niya. Mag-add muna ako ng yellow pa. And then I will just drag it using my wet brush. There. So there should be red with changing intensity, yellow with changing intensity from dark to light, and blue with changing intensity from dark to light in your color wheel right now. Okay? Yan. Yeah. So are you done? Give me a thumbs up if you're done with your first 3 colors. Done? For Draven, if you're using poster color, you just add more water. Okay? Just add more water para talagang parang medyo mukhang watercolor yung effect na. Okay? And then give me a thumbs up if you're done. Para then we can move on to the next part, which is mixing the colors themselves. Okay? So the thing with primary colors, yung primary blue, yellow, and red, they're the only colors na hindi mo mapuproduce by mixing other colors. So, kaya sila tinawag na primary. And then the thing pa, that's the reason why they're called primary is because you can create as many, almost infinite colors out of the just 3 primaries. Kaya if you're an artist, an experienced artist, na gusto magbiyahe around, you can just bring 3 primary colors and then mix all the colors that you would need when you are painting outside, for example, and not in your studio. So I know a lot of great artists who just carry red, blue, and yellow in their pocket when they're traveling and painting. Kaya this class is actually useful if you want to save on money and you want to just invest in artist grade colors that are primary and then just mix your colors. Another good thing about just using primary is that, well, for one, it's not expensive, right? And then number two, by mixing colors on your own, you get to learn how to mix colors, di ba? Mas natututo kang mag-mix ng colors and be able to practice what the other artists have been doing for ages, di ba? They just mix their own colors, okay? So, all right. So, if you're done with that part, the next thing that you're gonna do is, again, grab the red that's in your palette, that's in your mixing palette, and then grab some yellow. So this should be about 50% red, 50% yellow. So I know it's kind of hard to say what is 50%, but basically the objective is to mix your red and yellow to create orange, okay? So what we're doing right now is creating orange, okay? And then that one you will put in between your, here, dito in between your red and your yellow. So you just, from red, you just keep one slice and then yung next na slice, doon yung ilalagay yung orange. Okay? There. Yan. So let's just change the intensity of that by adding more orange here sa edge. Yan. There. So now we have orange. Okay? And then the next thing naman is to mix green. How do we mix green? Sige nga. If you remember from your class before, how do you mix green? What primary colors do we mix ba? If you need to mix green. Can someone guess?
Blue and yellow.
Okay, very good. It's blue and yellow. Okay, so grab your blue, okay, and put it in the mixing palette. Okay, and then clean your brush ha prior to getting your or grabbing your yellow ha, kasi maghahalo siya sa mixing palette niyo if hindi niyo i-wash muna yung inyong ano. See? So now I have a green. And what I will do, wait lang, masyadong light yata yung green. So nagdagdagan ko ng blue. Ayan, so I have now green. And that I will paint in between blue and yellow. So it means this one. Yan. There you go. So that's my green. There you go. And give me a thumbs up if you're done mixing your green and putting it on your color. Yan. So I'm just washing my brush para malinis siya so that I can mix the other color without muddying my colors. Kasi pag madumi yung brush ko, magiging maputik yung color ng color wheel ko. Okay? So next, we will mix violet. Okay? So we will mix violet, ha? And for that, we will need red. So I'm gonna grab red using my wet brush. And then, put it here. Okay, so red, and then I will wash my brush first using water, and we'll grab blue. Okay, and then mix it here. Okay, so hanggang sa makamix ako ng violet. Okay, so medyo matapang yung blue ko, kaya medyo mas blue pa siya. Okay, so here, violet naman. Okay, so again, what I will do is from blue, I will count 1, 2, and that's where I will put my violet. Okay, there. Yan. Okay lang lumampas-lampas, no problem. Huwag kayo ma-pressure. This is for experience lang naman on how to mix colors. There. It looks dark on my screen, but this is actually violet. Okay, so there. Meron lang talaga tayong screen limitations. Alright? So I hope you're done mixing all the colors na sinabi ko. And then what you do, these colors that we mix are actually secondary colors. So ano yung mga secondary colors? Orange, green. So nililabel ko lang siya ha, para then may reference tayo. And then violet. Okay? So again, the secondary colors would be orange, which is actually a mixing of red and yellow. Green, which is actually we did by mixing yellow and blue. And then we have violet, which we did by mixing blue and red. Okay, so there. If you're done mixing your violet, we will move on to the tertiary colors. And then after we mix our tertiary colors, I will teach you naman how to create brown, gray, and black. Yun naman yung neutral colors. Okay, neutral tints. Yung mga ganito, yung mix na these are tints. Okay, tints na sila. Okay, so just give me a thumbs up when you're ready for mixing tertiary colors. I'll just get madumi na yung water ko. So I will just grab another batch of water kasi madudumihan yung aking color wheel. All right, so give me a thumbs up if you're done with your secondary colors. Kasi we will move on naman to tertiary colors. So tertiary colors are basically a combination of your primary color and your secondary color. Okay. So Eunice is done. How about you, Draven and Victorique? Are you done mixing your violets?
Not yet.
It's okay. So after this pala, I will teach you why it's important to know which colors to mix. Okay, so there's a purpose behind creating your own color wheel. Actually, when you're painting, it's nice to know colors and their complementaries. Kasi yung pag kinumbine mo yung color, yung primary color and their complementary, actually that's when your colors pop. That's when your colors go together in a painting. So you cannot just mix various colors and not harmonize it. Kasi yun yung pinaka-challenging part sa painting, how to harmonize color. So that's why for most artists, it's important. Yung colors theory is basically the most important concept that you have to master. And you start mastering by mixing your own color using primary colors, like creating a color wheel like this. Kasi this is also one way for you to get to know your watercolors, okay, your paints. Okay, so when you're done mixing violet, just give me a thumbs up so that we can start creating our tertiary colors. I'm just cleaning my brush kasi ayoko madumi siya kasi para hindi madumi yung color wheel ko. Okay? Okay, how about you, Victor Nick? Are you done with your violet? Okay, it's okay. So mamaya, I will teach you basic brush strokes. We will create a flower. Tapos, may mga leaves siya. Para din makita ninyo why it's important to mix, why it's important to know the complementary colors of your primary colors. Okay? Excuse me. I'll just grab a glass of water.
John,
She
she wants to control it.
Okay, thank you, Raven, for that. So, done ka na rin, Victory? You can just give me a thumbs up. You're done. Okay, great. So now let's mix the tertiary color. Okay, let's start with this corner. Okay, we will combine orange and red. Okay, so I have here the orange that I mixed earlier. I will just add more red into it. Okay, so basically, what we're mixing is yellow and red, but mas madami si red. Okay, here. Mukhang kulang ng yellow. Kasi dagdagan ko pa ng yellow. There. Yan. Okay. So what I have here is, so when you're naming your color, you actually start with the primary. So if this is a combination of red and orange, I call this red-orange. Hindi orange-red ha, red-orange. You always mention the primary color first. Okay? So red-orange siya. Okay? So nilagyan ko lang siya ng label here. Red-orange. And then of course, you will do the same for the other colors. So, for example, orange and yellow. So in this case, since yellow is the primary color, we will call the color in between them to be yellow-orange. So this time, mas marami si yellow kesa sa orange. Okay? So I will grab my orange from kanina, and then I will just add more yellow into it. Okay? And then I will just paint it right there on this blank slice. Okay? There you go. And I will just label this, again, primary colors first, yellow, orange. Yellow, orange. There. So almost complete na natin yung yung ating color wheel. Okay? So I'll give you time to catch up. Give me a thumbs up when you're done mixing your yellow-orange or you're done painting your yellow-orange. So give me a thumbs up when you're done mixing your yellow-orange so that we can start mixing naman the other exciting color that also like, which is yellow-green. Okay, so Eunice is done. Wow, so fast, Eunice. Okay, so is that your brother beside you? Is he coloring with you? Okay, so for yellow green, it's basically just more yellow with a little bit of green. Okay, so mas dominant si yellow, mas marami siya. So, I'm just gonna grab the green that I mixed earlier using blue and yellow, and then I'm just gonna add more yellow into it. Okay, so this is a little bit like the green of avocado. Wow, so yummy. So gusto ko yung avocado. And then I will just paint it here in this slice between the green and primary yellow. There you go. That's yellow green. So I will label it accordingly. Yellow, green. Tapos yung next namang i-color natin is blue-green. Okay, blue-green. So it's basically this space between, the slice between your green and your blue. So pag sinabing blue-green, it means mas madami si blue than the green. Okay, so I'll mix a fresh batch of green by mixing blue and yellow. Nagawa ko ng bagong green. Okay. There. And then I will add more blue into it. Okay. So, para siyang green din, but it's cooler. Okay. Mas blue siya. Okay. Medyo kulang pa. There. So, blue-green. It's like the color of the sea from afar. Okay. There. Blue-green. Yan. So parang medyo magkamukha sila, dadagdagan ko pa ng kasi para mas ma-distinguish natin. There. Yan. So give me a thumbs up when you're done mixing your blue-green. The next thing that we will be mixing is blue-violet. So it's a combination of violet and blue, but with more blue. Give me a thumbs up na when you're done mixing your blue-violet. Done na with blue-green. Okay, so Eunice is done. Okay. Okay, done na rin si Victory. And then si Draven, how about you? Are you done mixing your blue-green?
Not yet.
Okay. So, next na natin i-mix ay basically just blue-violet. So, it's just a combination of the violet that I mixed earlier and adding in more blue. Okay, so this is my violet kanina. I will just add more blue into this. So, I'm just gonna clean my brush and then grab some blue from my palette and then add more blue into this. Okay. There. So, mas blue siya kaysa violet. Okay? Mas meron siyang blue. Okay? And I'm just gonna paint it right here in my color wheel. And there. So nice. I like this color. And then the next thing is red violet naman. So, let me just get a fresh batch of, or let me just mix a fresh violet. So by adding blue and red, yan. Mag-mix muna ako ng violet using red and blue. And then I will add more red. Okay, so red violet has more red. Okay, and I'm gonna paint it over on this last slice. There. Watercolor is so nice, no? Kasi it's transparent. Okay, here. So I've completed my color wheel. So when you're complete na with color wheel, I will discuss naman what's the purpose of the color wheel. So it's basically, magagamit yung itong color wheel na to when you're deciding on what, or when you're composing your painting using the colors, these colors. Ano ba yung importance nila? So we will discuss that a bit after you finish your color wheel. Okay? Tingnan natin kung mag-i-improve yung life. Yan. So, mas maliwan. There. I just opened the curtains of my window para mas maliwanag. So, just give me a thumbs up when you're done with your coloring so that we can proceed with discussing the purpose of making a color wheel on your notebook. I suggest, yung ginawa ninyo ngayon, ilagay nyo sa notebook ninyo para tapos magsulat kayo ng notes para alam niyo yung purpose ng color wheel ninyo. Kasi may purpose yan. Bakit natin ginawa? Okay? Just to recap. Okay, very good, Eunice. I can see your color wheel. So just a recap, we learned about hue. Hue is just basically the color, the pure color. So for example, yung blue, the red, the violet, those are hue. Intensity is basically how dark or light your color is. As in the case of what we did with our primary colors, where we laid down very thick color dun sa pinaka-apex ng slice, and then we just thin it down with water, thus lessening the intensity towards the edge of your color wheel, or that slice. And then the other thing is temperature. Okay? So yung temperature, nice, going, Victory. Yung temperature is basically whether the color is warm or cool. So for cool colors, we have your greens, your blues, ayan. Yun yung mga cool colors. The warm colors would be your yellows, your browns, your reds. Yan yung mga warm colors nyo. Okay? So, let's just discuss a bit about color wheel. So I know David is still working on his color wheel, but let me just discuss to you why it's important to make a color wheel. Okay, so the color wheels, as you can see, they are seated right beside their origin. For example, si red, ang katabi niya ay mga colors na galing sa kanya, like red-orange, and then orange, yellow-orange, yan. So ito yung mga colors na tawag dito. Ito yung mga colors na pag nagtabi-tabi mo, they are harmonious. Pag pinagsama-sama mo sila in a painting, there's harmony into that color. Kasi pare-pareho lang silang with shades of red, right? But if you look at your color wheel, what's sitting across your red is green. Here, so this is your red, and exactly opposite that color is the green. So ibig sabihin, si red and green are complementary colors. Next, if we look at our violet, for example, si violet is sitting or weighted position across your yellow. So that means your yellow and your violet are complementary colors. For your blue, ang complementary color with blue is the one that's sitting right across it, which is orange. So why is it important to know that? In a painting, if I paint green, for example, I will grab green, ha? Okay? In a painting, pagka tumingin ka ng paintings at nakita mong may mga green, notice how red literally pops up when you put red on green. Sige, let me just mix a green. Okay, naubusan ako ng yellow in my palette. Sige, let me just squeeze some yellow into my palette. Nagagawa ako ng green. Papakita ako ng example why it's really nice to put your complementary colors together in a painting. So, I will flick my brush like this. Pakita ko lang, ha. There. And thus creating some sort of grasses. Okay, blades of grass. There. So see how I'm doing this with my brush? I'm just literally flicking it like that para mag-create na. You can also do this, ha. There. Meron na akong blades of grass, rather. Blades of me. So, funny ni teacher. So, now, I'll grab my red. Okay? I'll grab my red, pure hue of red. There. And see, pag naglagay ako kunwari ng flowers, para kunwari may mga weeds dyan na may mga flowers, look, red pops up dito. And it looks nice. So yun yung purpose why it's nice to paint complementary colors in a single painting. Kasi basically, when you put them together, the other color pops up. Okay? So for example, mga flowers. So, this is just an impressionistic flower. Hindi siya, I'm not sure if you can find something like this in nature, but see, it's nice, diba? It looks nice. So basically, complementary colors, they complement each other. Okay? Let me just give you another example. First, violet. Sige. Let's mix violet. Okay? And then, let's see. Sabihin natin stem. Okay? Stem ng... Okay, medyo botanical muna yung paint natin ngayon. Okay, ganyan lang. Violet yan. Dati ng blue konti kasi parang medyo hindi siya violet. Mas purple siya. And then maglalagay ako ng yellow. Yellow flowers on it. Kunwari, flowers din to ulit. See? Impressionistic lang to, ha? Again, I'm not sure if there are flowers that looks like this or look like this in nature. And see how nice it is to put yellow and violet together. So that's how complementary colors work. When you combine them in a painting, basically, if you have a background of green or if your painting is dominantly green, put drops of red on it. Parang kahit man kung ano-anong mga red lang na shades, and it will literally make the colors pop. Maganda yung nagiging outcome. So yun yung importance when you know your complementary colors. So that's one important thing about complementary colors. There's another reason why it's nice to know your complementary colors. So this is not so dry yet, but let me just show you in my other page why it's nice to know. Okay, ito na lang sa isang piece of paper here. This is cotton, by the way. When you combine your complementary colors, so let me just, sige, try naman natin yung blue and orange. So I'm gonna grab blue in my palette. Okay, naubusan na ako ng blue, so let me just grab blue. Okay, in my palette. There. Let me just squeeze in some blue in my palette kasi naubos na siya. Okay. So let me just grab blue here. So ang complementary ni blue ay orange, di ba? So may blue ako dito. I will get my orange from this palette. Okay. So I will just create muna blue ay orange using my red and yellow. There. If I mix blue and orange, see what happens. Blue and orange to blue and orange. What I will get is a neutral tint that is a little bit brown or brick in color. So if you want, parang muted yung colors. If you want your colors to be muted, something like what we find in nature. Di ba usually naman yung color in nature not so bright, not so vivid yung color niya. So, pag gusto mo maging neutral yung color, you just combine the complementary colors. Okay? So in this case, when I combined by blue and orange, I got this nice shade of brown na very light. Okay? Let's try that again with another complementary colors, such as green and red. So I have here green. If I add red into it, okay, let me just make more green kasi naubos yung green. If I mix red and green, what I will get is a nice shade of neutral green na medyo may reddish. Ganyan, no? So para siyang medyo may pagka-olive green. So again, the color is muted. Okay? So basically, when we're mixing these colors, anong nangyayari? Nagkakaroon tayo ng muted colors. Okay? You made gold by combining what colors? Sige nga, victory. Nice. Very good. And what did you mix?
Purple and yellow.
Okay, so let's try what Victory did. So may violet, mayroon ako ditong violet. I'll add a little bit of yellow. Ooh, nice. So medyo green, gold nga yung color here. Okay, so that's so nice. Thank you for sharing. So yun, so when you combine colors, you actually get another color. Okay? So yun yung beauty of mixing colors. You actually can create violet, grays, different shades of browns with just your primary colors. So yun yung sinasabi ko about color mixing, that if you know your color mixes, if you know how to mix your colors, you can literally create a limited number of colors by just changing the ratio of your primaries. Okay? All right. Having said that, let's mix yung black. How do you mix black? Okay? So basically, black is just a mixture of your complementary colors, red and green. Tapos, lalagyan mo siya ng blue. Sige nga, try nga natin kung tama yung naaalala ko. So, gawa muna tayo ng green, right? By mixing yellow and blue. Gawa muna tayo ng green. There. And then, I will add a little bit of red. So, again, when we mix red and green, what we get is medyo brown. Sige. Nasobrahan ko ng red. So, I'll just mix more green. I'll add green to this. There. So I created tawag dito, parang medyo gray. So para maging black siya, I will just add more blue. Okay? So basically, to create black, adjust ka lang ng color. Lahat ng primaries, pag mix-mix mo lang sila. Okay? Yan. So medyo minsan depende siya sa type of red that you're using and the type of yellow that you're using. But the idea is to be able to mix black or something like gray. There. Ngayon siguro tatanong kayo, why do I need to mix black or gray if I can just get a bottle of gray and a bottle or a pan of gray? Well, actually, the beauty about mixing your own colors is, again, you have limited palette. You can bring it anywhere with just 3 colors, makakapag-paint ka na. At the same time, the beauty of mixing your own colors, nagkakaroon siya ng ganitong effect, yung nag-granulate siya. Where your blue is trying to separate from yellow and red. So meron siyang granulating effect. And for some artists, this is the most attractive feature of watercolors, especially yung blue. When you're mixing your grays and blacks out of your blue, what you get is not a matte black, but a black that granulates, a black that has its character. Para siya nag-break apart yung colors mo. And for some people, and for most artists that I know, that is the most attractive part of mixing your own colors. But again, of course, that depends on how you want your colors to be, di ba? So there, nagawa na natin yung third part, which is mixing yung complementary colors and mixing mga neutral tints. Okay? So yeah, just by mixing primary colors, we are able to mix different shades of browns, olive greens, grays. So do experiment with your colors, mix them all together, and you can even name your color. For example, color Eunice. What is that? Color Victory, color Draven. You can do that. Why not? That could be your favorite color, di ba? So the next part actually is basically just teaching you some basic brush strokes. So tapos na tayo sa color theory. Let's move on to basic brush strokes. Okay? So are you ready for that? Draven, Victory, Eunice, are you guys ready for basic brush strokes?
Sure.
Okay. So I noticed that most of you guys have your round brushes with you. Okay, so I'll be switching to round brush instead of the flat brush that I have been using kanina for the color wheel. But I think I need to use another page for this kasi baka madumihan yung color wheels. Okay?
Okay.
Nice, nice. Wow, I love it. Ang dami mo na mix, Victory. Very good. So picturean mo yan para meron tayong i-share mo yan sa group. Sige. Okay. So, let me just teach you some basic brush strokes that you can do with your round brush. Okay, so round brush is in my opinion, the most versatile brush that you can use for watercolor paintings. So today, we will be painting leaves using the colors that we've mixed. So how exciting is that? So basically, what we'll be doing is create muna green.
Green.
Again, we can do that by mixing yellow and blue. Okay? And it has to be very thin. What do I mean by very thin? Maraming water. Okay? So maraming water. Okay? Kasi we want our colors to be transparent. So for Draven, you should add really a lot of water in your poster color para maging semi-transparent yung
Yellow.
pink. Yes. And then, ouch, nakahawakan ko yung aking red. Alam niyo, alizarin crimson. Actually, si alizarin crimson is my favorite red. Kaya lang, it's highly staining. So if napunta siya sa kamay ko, sa nails ko, or sa damit ko, it's kind of hard to remove. Minsan nga pumapasok sa school na meron akong red paint under my nails, mukha akong nasugatan. So be careful with your red kasi sometimes they're really highly staining. So there. Having said that, let's mix our our green again. Padumihan yung aking paint. yung paper ko na dumihan.
Ay,
Ayan. So, teka lang. Let me just grab that color kasi nadumihan yung aking isang page. So, ito pala yung maganda sa ano ha, sa watercolor paper. If you accidentally drop paint on your paper, you can easily remove the paint by wetting your brush with clean water and just, taking the colors off your page or your paper. Okay? Okay, so nag-mix na ako ng green using my round brush. It's size 12 by the way kasi medyo malaki yung paper ko. And what you do, you position your brush like this. You follow, ha? You watch muna, ha?
you watch.
Okay, so I'm holding my brush here, ha? Hindi dito sa may ferrule. This is ferrule, by the way. Itong metal part ng brush mo is ferrule. I'm just holding medyo off the center. There. And medyo horizontal yung brush. And what I will do is paint like so. And then another one. There. Now I have a leaf. Okay, you can also put one sa center para. Okay na? I will repeat para ano ha? Lagyan natin ng stem this time. Stem, so meaning yung pinakadulo lang ng ano ha, ng brush. Pointed kasi yung round brush ko. Okay, so dulo lang muna. And then lay it flat yung sa body niya. And then lift. Flat again. And then lift. Hanggang sa maka-form ka ng parang leaf. Okay ba yon? Uulitin ko. This time, dito naman sa left side. So, yung pointed muna na part ng brush for the stem. And then, I will lay it flat like that and then lift. Okay? Again. There. If I want it thicker, yung kung gusto ko mas mataba yung leaf, I'll just put it like that. Okay? There. Nakuha ba? Kung gusto mo ng mas small na leaf, ganun pa din yung process, pero mas mabilis mo siyang i-leaf. There. See, with just your brush, makakagawa ka ng maraming leaves. And even curve your leaf like that. Oh. See? Leaf, ganyan. Oh, pwede rin ganon. There. It's okay if it's hard. You cannot do it the first time. It's okay. It took me also a while to practice this. Nung nag-start pa lang ako sa watercolor. But what you have right now should be a series of leaves. Okay? Yan. Tapos, para magawa nyo yung stem, basically, yung stem kasi is also green, di ba? But since I want the stem to be a little bit darker, I will just add more blue into this one. Yan. Tapos, a bit of yellow. Pero mas dark dapat. So, lalagyan ko pa siya ng blue. And then I will just create a thin line in between those leaves using just the pointy part of my brush. There. Yan. See? Nakagawa na ako ng leaf with just my leaves with just my round brush. Nakuha ba? Yan. Okay ba? Tapos, di ba yung leaf, meron siyang shadowed part. Kung halimbawa, the light is coming in from the top, dapat yung top ng leaf mo, medyo lighter than yung bottom niya. So, what we can do in order to do that, we can just add more blue into our green para mas darker yung green. And just color that part kasi tingin nyo may shadow. There. So, dito sa may ilalim ng leaf nyo. Okay? Okay ba yun? Ayan o. So, may shadow na siya yung leaf ko. Yan. Nakuha ba? Yan. So, may shadow na siya. Meron pa tayong gagawin na fun part. Okay? We will use a secondary color to make our leaf warmer. Okay? Kasi medyo yung green is full color, di ba? Pero ang leaves kasi minsan, mayroon siyang hint of warmth. Lalo kapag tinatamaan siya ng araw, di ba? So before we do that, just give me a thumbs up when you're done painting this series of leaves and your stem. Bago natin igalagyan ng warmth yung kulay green na color ng leaves natin. Okay? When you're done, just give me a thumbs up. Kasi ito na yung gumagamit na tayo ng mga colors from our color wheel. Wala ka pa ng fresh water. Okay? Yeah, very good. I can see your work na, Draven. So, di ba I told you na, are you done? Okay, so I can see that Victoric is done. How about you, Eunice? Are you done? So, di ba I mentioned kanina that we are painting these leaves and the color, the light is coming in from the top. Ibig sabihin, yung top ng leaves mo, tinatamaan ng liwanag ng araw. So, in order to convey that in your painting, what you do is you make very light orange or medyo mid-tone orange. So, how do we mix orange? Again, by simply mixing yellow and red, right? So, let's mix muna yung orange. Naubusan na ako ng orange. So, I'll mix orange by mixing red and yellow. So, it has to be orange, hindi red, orange. Okay? So, kung medyo matapang siya, we can add more water. Like, in my case, matapang yung pagkaka-orange niya. Okay? And then, yan. So, dapat maraming water. Okay? Nadagdagan ko pa yung water para mas light. And then, I will just tap my brush dry. So, tinatap ko siya dito sa rug ko para hindi siya masyadong basa. And then, what I will do, I will sweep some orange on my leaves. Doon sa top part na walang masyadong shadow. Okay? So, what it does, it makes your leaf medyo warmer in color. Okay? Mas nagiging warmth yung color niya. If you're not satisfied with your orange, you can add more yellow. And then, quickly wash off. Maglalagay kayo ng glaze. Ang tawag dito glazing. So basically, you're glazing the top of your leaf with very, very light na colors, which is yellow, orange, or orange. Yan. So, nagkaroon ng warmth yung iyong leaf. Okay? And then, I will fix it naman by adding green naman in some parts. So, basically, we're just using green, orange, and some yellow. So, I will just yan. So, i-mix ko yung colors ko a bit habang siya ay basa pa. So, it's nice to actually mix the colors while they're still wet para mag-warm siya ng ganyan. So, I'm just adding more green in my leaf. Okay? There. Yan. So, I'm not sure if you're seeing this, given the limitation of my monitor, but I actually did a very warm green. series of leaves na may very warm na green. And this is by adding orange, a bit of yellow-orange on my leaves. So for me, this is the most normal color of leaf. Okay? Medyo warm green siya.
Excuse
Okay.
me.
Yes.
I just have to make my green darker so that I can draw the stem.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead with that.
Okay.
So that's your let's do that. And then if you want to add, say, some fruits or flowers on your leaf, pwede rin, di ba? Again, what's the best color that pops up kapag sinama mo sa green? It's actually the complementary color, which is red. So pwede natin siya lagyan ng flowers, di ba? So if I'm gonna make some flowers, pwede ako maglagay ng flowers dito. Yan. There. So, pwede ako magmano ng small flowers lang. So, basically, just an impression of flowers. There. So, mukha na siyang di ba? Ang ganda-ganda ng red over flowers. The flowers over green. And then, I'm just gonna add parang mid-tone orange here sa gitna para kunwari meron siya mga tawag mo sa ganun, mga pollens. Ganyan. And I will just create stem for the flowers. There. Lagyan ko lang siya ng stem. There. See? So, pwede rin ganun, di ba? Maglalagay ka ng mga flowers. So, see how nice it is to actually put red alongside green. Sobrang nice nung pag-pop ng color. So, hindi ko alam kung anong flowers to. Basta just painting flowers. There. And then just mixing my brown for the stem. So, I do that by mixing yellow and some red and a little bit of blue. Okay. Gusto na yata yung aking blue. But anyway, here's some brown na nilalagay ko dito. Na-mix ko kanina. And I'm just adding the stem for the flowers. There you go. Okay. And then some buds perhaps. There. Yeah. So we just did this exercise para din, alam niyo yung brush strokes na paggawa ng leaves at the same time na nakikita nyo how nice to mix yung mga complementary colors. Like in this case, green and red. Okay? Wow, nice, Victory. I love it. Yan. Very good. So nice. So yun lang. So basically, actually, this is just an additional activity that we did today. The main activity actually is the color wheel. Pero pinakita ko lang sa inyo how combining certain colors, like complementary colors, can actually make your colors pop. So to have a better composition when it comes to painting, talagang you have to really know or understand the color theory. Okay? So with that said, allow me to say thank you for coming in for this class, despite this Sunday being a rest day for all families, especially the homeschooling ones. And thank you for coming in, and I hope that I'll see you again in my next class. Again, let me just repeat that for those who are going to complete my art sessions, kung pag-complete attendance, will get a gift from me. So art materials din yung ipapamigay ko. So yun lang yun. And then if you're done, let's have, wow, thank you, Eunice. So nice, so expressive. So let's take a class photo. Kung tapos na kayo. Pag hindi pa, okay lang. So let's just wait for Draven to finish. But if you have questions about color theory, you may ask them now while I'm still here. May question ba kayo? So let me just bring my page to Medyo basa pa to, but let me just bring my page to color wheel kasi yun talaga yung pinaka-main activity natin. Yan.
Okay, done.
Done. Wow, congratulations, Draven. So, all right.
Don't mind it. Don't mind it. Don't mind it.
Okay, so with that, with your round brush, you were able to create leaves. Actually, with your round brush, you can create so many brush strokes. I'm gonna teach you all those in my next class. How to make gray? You mix red and green, and what you get is brown. Pag yung brown na yun, nilagyan mo ng blue, that's when you get gray. Actually, kung meron ka ng blue and brown, mix mo yon, you get gray. Add more blue, you get black. Okay? So it's only to get gray. Actually, it's just a tricky combination ng red, blue, and all the primary colors. So it takes some practice, and you try to do that on your spare time. You try mixing different colors with just your primary. That's my challenge to you. And if you get a color that you like, you can even name it after you, like Victoric Blue, ganyan, or Victoric Gray. Why not, di ba? Sige. Sige, i-display nyo na yung color wheel, and let's take a photo of that. Color wheel, and then yung inyong leaves. So right now, ang i-display ko is yung color wheel muna. Okay? For our class picture. Raven, are you ready for our class picture? Para ipopost natin sa ating Facebook group. So put up your color wheel para magti-take tayo ng photo. Okay? Yan. Yeah. Ang ganda ng mga color wheel. All right. Sige. Okay. Smile ha. 1, 2, 3. There. Screenshot. So next is a photo of the leaves and flowers that you did with me. Okay? Impressionistic lang to. I'm not sure if there's a real flower or leaf like that. Sige. Okay. Okay, put it up. 1. Yes, Raven? Put it up lang. Okay lang yan. Excited dyan. Sige. 1, 2, 3, go. There you go. Okay, so this is recorded. I will post it in the YouTube channel after a week. Thank you for joining again. If you have questions, just chat me up in the group chat or at the group. I will post this. Oh, you sign your artwork, ha? Yes. Thank you, Dan. You're welcome. You sign your artwork, ha? Sign your artwork. Tapos, mommies, please send me their output, yung picture, kasi gagawa ko sila ng certificate. And nakalagay sa certificate yung output nila. Okay?
Yes po.
Sige. Enjoy painting. Bye-bye. Ingat kayo. Bye-bye. You may leave the Zoom room.